Out you go and train. But Danielle's been, she's been super tonight, and her commitment to get to training is superb. She did it last year with the youth girls as well. They to come in from 2 hours away from Brisbane, drive to training, get home at midnight is fair commitment. So some of the players here for their footy have put in huge commitment. And really good to see Jenna McCormick hit the scoreboard a couple of times tonight too. She's elite athlete, W League soccer. She knows what she's doing. Good player. Courtney Hill also, Brisbane Heat WBBL cricketer, has had a few touches tonight and looked at home.
So ball in the middle of the ground. The last quarter is underway. And there's Harris on the end of it. Tries to bend it round the corner. The Suns, cool head, sends them inside. Over the back, can they get the hand pass off? Not quite, she might have lost the footy in the tackle.
It was a good tackle. Rachel Crack again, I think, laid the tackle there on Jade Ransfield. Rach is ex-Tasmanian, we mentioned early, and been a really good defender in the QWAFL for Cooperoo last year, and certainly put her hand up for bigger and better things this year.
She found Shearing, who's found Webb. They'll move the ball up towards the wing, bit of a floating kick, reading it best in front Wigan.
Good hands
Couldn't
though
take
by
the
Jess
mark.
Wigan.
Yeah, but got the hands off. Players off the run. McCarthy. Check side inside, and that's a good bit of passage of play by the Lions. Wanting to move the ball quickly. Randall didn't think she had the distance over the mark. And just offline and through for the one behind.
That's one of my groan moments, Joe, for the evening. We'll talk about that on Monday, Talia.
Is that because she had a hand pass?
I'm not giving anything away
to
the Victorians who are listening. Because,
she did, well, only because she gave out the little wave, the little apology.
It's okay, all good. I think everyone knows what she should have done. That's all right.
She'd like to have that back.
She's had a good game, Talia.
As the Suns look to clear, but Lions will hold it up at half forward. Although the hand pass comes out, Kasler's thereabouts. Teammate bumbling over the footy. Going in for it, Anderson. And the umpire's found a free kick for holding the footy. And it's gone in the Suns' way, so they'll kick it up along the wing. One-on-one, so the player in front does well for the Lions. That's Lutkins. Good pair of hands.
Did really well.
So they lead by 9, the Lions. Wobbler inside. Zielke couldn't quite, bounced off her chest.
Good hands.
She'd read it best, a couple and they're out. The Suns, again, over the back. Mark, no, I was going to say Mark taken. No, the player in front touched it first, so the umpire said play on. As the kick goes high, and a little shove. Well, a big shove really in the end to Harris. And she's got herself the free kick. Played it well, I must say.
Absolutely.
Made sure the umpire saw it. Kick comes inside 50. Garino.
That's
good hand pass over the top. Kick towards goal. Which way is it going to go? The left hand side and through for one behind. Came off Adamson's boot.
Yeah, kick by Rosie Addison, but great hand pass out of congestion there to get it to her. Rosie's an ex-basketballer who's down at Coolangatta. Had a good year last year in the Quaffle, playing as a key forward.
Virgo goes out wide and a good mark taken by Clark. He sends him along the wing, has a bit too much carry for intended target. Bit of work to do now near the boundary line, and happy to see it over with Lutkins.
Just looking dangerous at the moment, the Lions, going forward. They've had the 11 scoring shots to the Suns' 6, and the inside 50s are pretty similar. The Lions 32 and the Suns 30.
So the Lions load up towards half forward. A lot of players around the footy trying to keep her feet and wrench it out was Anderson, but the umpire will come in to ball it up.
Everything's quite similar in terms of stats. The Lions have had 20 more kicks. Gold Coast have had 30 more hand passes, so a bit more by hand by the Suns.
As the Lions go inside, Zielke with the check side. Which way is it going to bounce? It's done well in towards Randall. She gets a hand pass off, bursting through. They just need one more hand pass. Oh!
And why wouldn't you?
Oh, McCormick.
Why wouldn't you, Jenna?
She didn't need to take it in her hands, just swung the boot round soccer style and through it went. The Lions have their fourth.
And she's wearing maroon and not the lime green of Canberra United tonight. So
looked like a soccer player then, didn't she?
Yeah, I think her W League teammates will be sitting back saying that's the Jenna we know. Soccered off the goal in the goal square and banged it through. But 3 for the night is a super effort. Playing down there is, I guess you'd say, forward pocket. Probably not her preferred spot, but given it's her first game back in the AFL for a little while, probably not a bad thing. Normally, or last year against New South Wales, she was dynamic out in the wing. She was super out there.
The Lions extend their lead, 4-8-32 to the Suns 2-4-16. And the clearance looks like it might go in the Lions' direction again. Garina on the deck. No, the Suns have wheeled it in. Couple of hand passes.
Now they're away.
And they're out. That was good work. Out to Zanchetta. Loads up. They go inside. Bounce of the footy over the back. Who's going to reel it in? Sexton leads in the race, but then it spills.
Just watching Danielle Wall just brush Hannah Sexton aside. Bumper off the footy. There she goes again.
A big kick comes out, but it's all Gold Coast. And Wallace sends him inside.
Nice pickup.
Yeah, Membry at her bootlaces. And then off to Clark.
Good hit.
Has Goodman, who just loads up to the hot spot. No mark taken at ground level. Diving in on it. Sexton, she's wrapped up straight away though, couldn't get the hand pass out clear. Gizu in there doing the tackling too as the Lions look to burst their way through. It comes out to half forward. Goodman spoiling the ball and then doing the tackling and holding it up. So did well their Suns to keep the footy in.
Jordan Zanchetta up to 22 touches, Emily Bates 19.
Zilke couldn't reel it in off the pack. So the ball comes out towards the boundary line. Gizu trying to do some body work and in the end picks up the footy and bends it round the corner. No teammate underneath it though. The Lions with the numbers. Garino gets the hand pass off. Found her teammate Perchik and then the kick comes out along the wing. McCormick underneath it. Good spoil over the back by Virgo. And then Wallace sends them up towards half forward. Membry's on the end of it. She want to spot up a target here, a player lurking over the back. She's going to have to go against 3 though, and in the end doesn't. Wall takes the mark and then takes off. Out towards the wing, the boundary line. Has beaten them all and over it goes.
Yep, intercept mark again, Danielle Wall. She's been absolutely terrific tonight. That's her 8th mark, and she's just about the leading mark taker on the ground. If I have a quick scan of the stats, Emily Bates has also taken 8. But a lot of Danielle's marks tonight, intercept marks, saving her team, has been really good on the rebound as well.
So ball comes out to half forward for the Suns. The rolling footy, who can pick it up? Cracks tackled, so the ball spills free. Hand pass inside. Lions with a bit of work to do here. The kick to the middle, and Goodman for the Suns takes it on her chest.
Had a handy night, Selena. 15th possession coming up. Copped a nasty one in the ribs with a smother early in the game, but done really well.
Ball flies over the back. The Lions should be able to work it out, although that's a dangerous hand pass back into traffic. So the second one comes out a little wider. Shoering is tackled. Ball spills free. In dispute now. Out it comes. Crack in there. Couldn't hit Wall, and the hand pass has gone awry. And on the end of it was Thomas. And she's kicked a goal. So Thomas has her second, and the Suns have their third.
Nice finish again, Matt Thomas. Sort of Johnny on the spot that time, but finished off, left foot shot at goal, got the job done. Had a good night, been very dangerous all night. 13 touches and 2 goals is a pretty fair effort. Playing in the forward line tonight in basically a low scoring game. I think the scoreboard has attributed that one to the Lions, Joe, just to confuse us.
Giving it to the wrong team.
I think it's 4-8 to 3-4.
So the Suns still trailing 8.5 minutes gone in the last term. But they've pegged one back, although the Lions will look to clear. Shepherd allows McCarthy to get out. They go forward.
It's a good grab.
Yeah, 2 bites of the cherry. And the Lions are going to have a shot on goal through Randall, directly in front.
Poor old Sam Virgo, who's playing on Talia Randall, was giving away a few centimetres, and Talia is such a good athlete and good overhead that she's done a really good job taking the mark there.
So Randall directly in front, looks pretty good, off the boot, and she's got it. So she has her first. The Lions have their fifth. They go to 5-8-38, leading the Suns 3-4-22. We've got 9 minutes in this last term at the GABBA, Female Footy Live.
Much happier with that one, Talia. Should have done it 5 minutes ago. You could have had 2 for the quarter. But, yeah, very pleased with the way she led out. Don't know where she's going to play in Melbourne at Youth Girls, Joe, to be honest. She can play all over the place. She played in the ruck for the Western Bulldogs last year and was superb in the second half. Very, very talented athlete. But nice clearance there by Kate McCarthy coming through the middle of the ground.
Tap comes down, the big punch goes in the Suns' direction, but it's the Lions reeling it in and then trying to burst through. Hand pass a little right. Trying to pick up the footy was Clark. She's swarmed. Ball spills free. She goes again. In the centre of the ground, oh, that's a good hand pass, and they're away through Anderson. Although that's going to be chopped off and running off Kaslar. Just goes wide, gives her teammate a bit of a chase towards the boundary line, and it beats her.
And he's
Roberts.
paid it. He's paid
has
it.
he?
He's paid deliberate. I was
Really?
waiting for it, Joe.
Really?
I was watching him stream in, and I'm thinking, I wonder whether Leah will get away with this kick here. And she hasn't. Umpire was looking to pay one, I reckon.
And she has her work to do there. Kaslar does the spoiling over Anderson, and this time it's out of bounds.
I've got to say, in all footy this year, though, in the men's comps and so forth, we don't see too many of them in our game at the moment, but I reckon it's been good, the deliberate out of bounds.
Yeah, it keeps the ball moving.
Yeah.
As the tap comes down, Zanchetta on the end of it, loads up towards the wing. But the only one there is wearing a Lions jumper, and they'll go inside. Zilke's on the end of it. Middle of the ground, looking for half forward. McCormick, good body work, couldn't reel it in though. The hand pass, the Suns, was for Gizu. Missed her though. Reeling it in was McNabb. They sort of bumble the footy to the middle of the ground almost, the Suns, and then do the tackling. The umpire says play on as the ball's still moving around. Hill now on the deck. It comes out and it's the Lions who burst away with it. Daniek just tries to tap it onto a teammate. She's tackled straight away but keeps her feet. So gets the hand pass off and they can go inside. McCormick, no. Hand pass comes off. They'll go inside and a good mark. No, the umpire says play on. McCormick does well to keep her feet, then goes to ground. Stay strong for a hand pass. Kick comes out. And across the face it goes and out of bounds.
I almost thought Jenna McCormick was going to soccer another one there, Joe. She was at ground level. I thought, I wonder whether she'll have a crack at this one. But she didn't. She gave the hand pass out to Talia Randall, who sprayed the kick.
Deep inside, Lions attacking 50. Randall does the ruck work but couldn't get a hand on it. Looks to lay the tackle, but the player evades her. So the Suns have it out towards the wing. Gizu underneath it.
Oh, she's away.
Takes the footy and then moves into the centre of the ground. Pairs here though. A teammate does well to try and tap it on, but it's Harris who just loads up and sends it back inside the 50. Couple of bites,
grab.
Good mark. Adamson.
Yeah, good grab, Rosie Adamson. She's just starting to add this to her game, just to be able to jump at the pack, take it in the hands. Really good result.
Go short. Teammate couldn't quite. Randall spilled out. And the Suns through hands. Virgo. Wide, has a bounce. Law's pretty quick. She'll want to get rid of it. Does just in time, right in front of our commentary position. Membry gets rid of it just before Crack wheels her to the ground over the top wall. Does well with a punch and then reels in the footy. And then the tackle, she says, no, I'll just weave out of that one. And finds Davis, who gets around one. Pretty composed back there, the Lions defence.
Yeah, did well. Cleo Davis and Emma Perisic.
Ball comes into the middle of the ground. No mark taken, but the Lions still have it. The hand pass over the top, those of Rye. Ends up in the hands of Wallace. She might get it back in a minute. They go for one more. Looking for Clark. A little toe poke, and Zilke just stands there and says, thank you very much. I'll have that one.
Can probably go out the other side, which she does, Zilks.
Evades one player and then keeps the ball moving. A couple of players go at it. Over the back, though, and the Suns reel it in. A little toe poke. Not far enough. The umpire says play on. But the Suns keep the ball moving. They're into the middle of the ground now. Zanchetta.
25th touch.
Racking them up. The hand pass goes out wide. The Suns want to spot up a target. Although they just load it up and it's going to be chopped off. And Lawrence was the only one in the area for the Lions.
Or they can get out here if McCormick goes.
Marks turns around, does go. Evades a player, has a bounce. She's in the middle of the GABBA. Sends it inside, good
really
kick. Oh, mark not taken. And at ground level, it's all Suns. Hand pass by Wallace. Gave a teammate a bit of work to do. Bates did pretty well. And they want to get a kick off here as the player's tackled. And it's going to come back.
Now, if they go quickly here through Wigan, there's players on.
She goes wide. Harris just taps it on. I thought she was tapping it to a teammate, but she might reel it in the end too. No. Garino, a little toe poke. Gives Randall a bit of work to do. Got rid of her opponent and then goes the hand pass inside. Didn't quite hit her target. She went for it again. Bates at ground level now. Has a little bit of time and goes wide to spot up a target. And they look to run the Suns. The kick comes out along the wing. Roberts couldn't reel it in, but got it going forward. Near the boundary line, Wall's bundled over and she's been tripped, I think. So the umpire's found a free kick.
I thought more the head coming off than tripped, to be honest.
Oh, really?
So it was an interesting call by the umpy. I know she went down a bit low and I thought they came over the top, but initially I thought it might have been one of those ones where she did the tripping.
So the ball smothered, Wall reels it back in again. Very strong player. The tackle was around, but she just shrugged it off. But Virgo's on the end of her kick for the Suns, and we'll look to come inside. Mark not taken. So, a bit of big don't argue. I think that was Harris that time as the ball moves forward. McCormick stuck the arm out, couldn't reel it in one. Gives her teammate a bit of work to do. She tries to go with the toe poke. Doesn't really go anywhere. Bates on hands and knees, fires it out towards Virgo. Spilled the footy. Can she reel it in front of Garano doing the chasing? Does well and gets the hand pass out to McNabb, who goes wide and spots up a target. That was good play in the end by the Suns defence, under a bit of pressure.
Good spot.
Yeah, he's got Goodman.
Got to keep coming this side, Selena, if you can. That's the way.
And she's got Gizu. Great kick. Ended up right on her lap. And then she spots up a good target, or a mark not taken. Gizu could get it back here. It's one-on-one, but if the ball can come out, not quite. Little toe poke inside. Players overrun it deep. Crack in the last line of defence, goes toward the boundary. Just got a boot on it, luckily, otherwise it would have been holding the footy. Still pressure around the area as the Lions through Ransfield get a clearing kick to Zilke. She wants to move the ball quickly, gets the hand pass off to Wigan. Not that clean with it here, Lions, but they could come out through McCormick. She's got plenty of attention. That was well done by Wallace. Won the footy and then found her teammate in Clark. Looks for Gizu, but the kick's got too much on it and makes it easy for Crack in the Lions' defence. Comes back along the wing. Flying high Membry. Couldn't reel it in. Hand passes in her side's direction, but to no one in particular. They might pick it up though. Kick over the top.
Good gather.
There was a great gather and a shot on goal, but an equally good smother, although there might be a second effort at it. Just offline by Membry and through for the one behind. So the Suns still trying the Lions 5-8-38. The Suns 3-5-23. We've gone 17 and a half minutes in this last quarter. The Suns keep it in the area and a soccer towards goal. Oh, it's going to be, I was going to say I almost called it too early. I thought it was going to be a goal. Oh, Ben round the corner. It was a good effort in the end to get a bit of angle on it, but not quite enough. And they get another behind.
I think it was Nat Thomas that socketed it to the top of the goal square, and Zoe Latanzi just about fell in her lap running into the goal square. Didn't quite finish it.
So the dying stages is the big floater torp. Comes out outside the 50-metre arc, but the Suns have got the number here. They deserve a goal late. It is a great tackle. The umpire says play on though, as the ball spilt free. Into the middle. McCormick. No, it's not. It's Webb. Goes long. Oh, Kasler does well. Strong tackle. Ball spills free out of the hands of Randall. And Bates can pick it up for the Suns. Has Goodman. Takes the mark. Jogs back off. Looks into the middle of the ground.
It's a good grab.
It is a good grab.
Jade Ransfield.
Ransfield wants to move it quickly. Gets around the mark too easily, really. And then sells some candy. Gets the hand pass off. 70 from goal. Oh, good tackling McCormick. Play got boot to ball though, so the umpire said play on. Quite a few players around the footy. Oh, smart tap comes out to the Suns, keep the ball alive. They go inside 50. Gizzu, oh no, defender, fantastic, chops it off. That was well done by Harris. And she has Law. So Law wastes no time. Kick doesn't find a target though, so it'll come back through Healy. No, it's out of bounds on the full, so Law will end up with the kick for the Lions. At half back, they lead 5-8-38 to the Suns 3-6-24.
Slowly got more busy as the game's gone on as Taylor Harris, 16 touches tonight. Just the 3 marks though. Talia Randall leading the Lions with Emma Zielke, both of them 21 touches, Danielle Wall 20.
So Law does well after Zielke was smothered in the attack on the footy. The kick comes along from Crack. We're along the wing now. Suns with the numbers. You can hear the good talk. Bates get the hand pass out to Clark, who squeezes it along the wing. Is he going to get to Gizzu? No, the siren's going to beat them all. So full time here at the Gabba, and the Lions have defeated the Suns 5-8-38 to 3-6-24. Joe Watton and Craig Starcevich bringing all the female footy live action on AFL.com. And it was good hard-fought contest in the end, and it opened up as the game went. Goal kickers. The Brisbane Lions, McCormick had 3, Randall 1, McCarthy 1. And for the Suns, 2 to Thomas and a single to Brownsville. So Craig, an interesting game. It did open up a bit in that second half.
Yeah, it did a bit, Joe. It's probably a little bit low scoring, but in terms of a contest, a really good, strong contest. Very happy with some of the newer players that played out there tonight who put their hands up for bigger and better things down the track. But the Lions have had 2 wins on the Gabba in one day. That hasn't happened for a long time, I can tell you. So I think they'll be pretty happy. Emma Zielke will certainly enjoy Monday at work. She's the executive assistant for the CEO at the Brisbane Lions, so she's right in the thick of it. But great for her to lead a winning team, and of course the men's side got up and won today as well. But she was terrific today, Emma Zielke, 21 possessions, as was Talia Randall. One of the youngest, if not the youngest player out in the ground, Talia, tonight, with 21 touches, and was kicked a goal there at the end. But Danielle Wall was superb for the Lions out of the back half, just intercepting, as was Rachel Crack, and Taylor Harris got busy later in the game also. Jenna McCormick with her 3 goals, super effort to come. Basically, she's done 1 week of training back with us. She's still got soccer commitments, so you could say her footy skills are a little bit rusty. But to come back into the game, be the leading goal kicker, kick 3, in a little bit of an unusual role, playing as a permanent forward, really good result for her. And for the Suns, Jordan Zanchetta was superb, 25 touches, always busy. Emily Bates was outstanding too, 8 marks, 23 possessions. And also Megan Hunt was busy tonight, 18 touches with 4 marks. And Selena Goodman didn't give up also after copping a knock early in the game. So really good to see the players get over to the supporters now and do a little bit of a thank you lap, and quite a crowd there tonight watching them.
Yeah, it was good to see the women's footy here at the Gabba this evening. And as AFL Queensland High Performance Manager, are you happy with how the game went? I'm sure you'll have a sort of a deeper analysis in the coming week. But overall, how'd you see the game in terms of what you expected from the work you've done in the academy over the summer? Not
too bad. Still lots of room for improvement, but not too bad. I thought we tried to switch up the angles and bring the ball back through the corridor whenever we could. I think players tried to do that. Probably would have liked to have seen a few more runs and carries from a few players. There's a few out there that probably might have left a bit in the tank tonight as far as taking the game on and trying to carry the footy, but we'll keep working on that. A couple of the speedsters did get out. Kate McCarthy got out a couple of times and carried the footy, which is really good, but I'd like to see a bit more of that. But we're going to keep working on our cleanness and that sort of stuff. So, but in terms of getting a good, competitive, strong 25 players out of that group there tonight, I think we're pretty well advanced.
And you're thinking of that game, of course, on May 22nd, the Sunday, May 22nd, the MCG, when a Queensland side takes on the Melbourne Demons. What happens now in terms of the academy? Because I assume they're back at their clubs playing club footy?
Yeah, so now we go into a bit of recess for about a month, send them back to clubland and keep an eye on the QWAFL starts next weekend. So I know a lot of comps around Australia have already started, but we don't start till next weekend. And then we get the group back again. I think it's May the 11th. So it's it's about a month, I guess, that we get them back again, train for a few sessions as we lead into the Melbourne game.
So will you have a chance to do a review